Mr. Chairman, when you're ready.
I'm ready when you are.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Charm TV. The Board of Liquor License Commissioners for Baltimore City. Proceedings will now begin. The board is now in session. Mr. Chairman, preliminary matters on the AM docket are as follows. Case number 1, 2105 Eastern Avenue. This matter has been postponed and will be called on another date and time. Therefore, our first case for the day is Slutty Vegan, 301 Mission Boulevard, application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license under the provisions of the Alcoholic Beverages and Cannabis Article, Section 12-903, little c, 2, requiring $500,000 in capital investment in restaurant fixtures and facilities, a 51% of food sales, and seating capacity for a minimum of 75, but not more than 150 people, requesting live entertainment, outdoor table service, off-premises catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
Good morning. Morning. Hi, how you doing? Thank you. Thank you. Counsel, you want to identify yourself for the record?
Absolutely. Drew Tilden of Rosenberg Martin Greenberg. I am here on behalf of the applicant.
Are you going to proffer, or do you want to have them sworn?
I would like to proffer if that's all right.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you so much. Just FYI, Caroline Hendry is sick, so I am mentioning.
Well, I hope she feels better.
Thank you. I will pass it along. So as the board knows, this is an application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. I am joined today by individual licensee applicants, Angel Barnwell and Michelle Cole. The other individual licensee applicant, Jason Crane, was unable to be with us today. He is ill. So I just would like to start with a background on this establishment. So this is Pinky Cole's Slutty Vegan, associated with Pinky Cole's Slutty Vegan. It's a burger joint that offers plant-based burgers, chicken sandwiches, hearty vegan chili, and it was born in July 2018 when East Baltimore native Pinky Cole began selling her signature burgers out of her Atlanta apartment over Instagram. It started from
Excuse me. Can you speak up a little bit? The folks in the back can't hear you.
Press the button.
Okay, great.
Oh, do you have the button pressed?
Yeah.
The red one to the right.
There we go. I knew something was off.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that we weren't catching you. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. So as I mentioned, the Slutty Vegan was born out of Miss Cole's two-bedroom apartment in Atlanta, and then it quickly spread off across the city, and by October of that same year, there was the first brick-and-mortar location. At this point, it's expanded to 10 other locations across the country, and in 2021, the brand expanded when Bar Vegan, which is a plant-based sit-down restaurant, opened its doors in Atlanta. So above and beyond the serving the renowned dishes, Miss Cole and the entire Slutty Vegan team have brought vegan options and food awareness to communities with disproportionately high rates of hypertension, high cholesterol, obesity, and other foodborne ailments. The premises itself is located in the Baltimore Peninsula. It's in actually the new Rye Street Market, which Ms. Cole is also a development partner in. On an October 23 restaurant press conference, the Western grad said, "This is my homecoming." The building is going to have 228,000 square feet of office space, and then there will also be 45,000 square feet of ground floor retail. The first floor is going to play host to Slutty Vegan, Bar Vegan, and then also Baltimore's newest marketplace, The Exchange, which is intended to bolster local merchants, and it's going to include numerous spaces which will range from 90 square feet all the way up to 165 square feet. It's flexible short-term obligations and the low cost to open, and also the technical support that it's going to offer to its tenants further the development team's commitment to uplifting minority and women-owned businesses. So now I'm just going to transition over to the Slutty Vegan and Bar Vegan. So while the sister restaurants are going to share elements of the 7,000 square foot premises, including the office space and storage area, the Slutty Vegan and Bar Vegan are going to have separate service and dining areas, and they're also going to each have their own kitchen. The 5,700 square foot Bar Vegan space is going to include a dining area with bar seating for approximately 125 guests, and then there's also going to be an outdoor seating area with approximately 25 more seats. The broad range of vegan offerings are going to include things like Beyond Meat Bistro steak tacos, boneless chicken wings, and fried green tomatoes and jalapeno agave cornbread. The customers are also going to be able to choose from an extensive beverage list that's going to include classic cocktails, mocktails, and signature cocktails. The restaurant will be open from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then also 12 p.m. to 2 a.m. Thursday through Sunday. They're going to offer not regular live entertainment, but there may be DJs and bands for special events. To ensure the safe service of alcohol beverages, each staff member who serves alcohol will be tip certified, and then employees will also be required to ID all patrons who order alcoholic beverages. The applicant is going to install security cameras on the premises and engage security companies as necessary. And in total, the project represents a $3.4 million capital investment. In terms of our individual licensee applicants, Jason Crane, who is not available to be with us today, has been with Slutty Vegan since 2020, and he was originally the Chief Revenue Officer and recently assumed the role of President in 2022. Ms. Barnwell is the restaurant group's Director of Business Engagement and has been with the company for 5 years. And then Ms. Cole is a Baltimore City resident, and she is also a relative of Slutty Vegan founder Pinky Cole. The applicant is also going to engage an experienced general manager who's going to oversee the restaurant's daily operations. All 3 of the individual licensee applicants are familiar with the rules and regulations of the Baltimore City Liquor Board and agree to abide by them. As I mentioned, this license is going to bring a Black-owned business founded by a Baltimore native to the Baltimore Peninsula. Its offerings are distinct from those of the only presently operating dine-in option in the neighborhood, which is Nick's Fish House, as well as those other forthcoming restaurants, which include Clyde's, an American bar and restaurant, and a coffee shop and general store that will be operated by Method Co. Furthermore, there are very few plant-based restaurants in Baltimore City, so the business is going to benefit the city as a whole. The Baltimore Peninsula's limited dine-in options and the shortage of plant-based restaurants in the city as a whole demonstrate the public and need and desire for the license. And for the same reason, the issuance of the license will neither negatively impact existing licenses, nor will it result in a commonality of services. The plant-based offerings, as I said, are going to benefit the general health of the Baltimore Peninsula neighborhood and the city as a whole. And the applicant's security plan and alcoholic beverage service policy is also going to ensure that the restaurant operates safely without detriment to the surrounding community. So for the reasons stated, the applicant requests that the board approve this application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
So the Bar Vegan is a part of the Slutty Vegan restaurant.
So it's part of the same restaurant group. They are going to be 2 separate spaces, though.
The license that you're requesting is for
Is for the entire.
one or both?
It's for the entire premises.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you say that the restaurant's already open?
No, it's not
No.
open yet.
When will it open?
What is your opening?
So pending summer.
Pending summer.
I'm sorry, can we get your name?
They're gonna swear you.
Yes, my name is Angel Barnwell. I'm the Director of Business Engagement for Slutty Vegan Incorporated.
Okay. Okay, commissioners have questions?
No question.
No questions.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Tilden. On the basis of the materials contained in the application for this new license, all the materials that have been submitted by Ms. Tilden this morning, which have been received, and her extensive proffer, I vote to approve the application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license with live entertainment, outdoor table service, off-premises catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Yes, based on materials and testimony provided today, I also vote to approve the application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license, and also the request for live entertainment, outdoor table service, off-premise catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Based on the application materials proffer made by council today, the exhibits entered I also vote to approve this application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license with live entertainment, outdoor table service, off-premises catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Good luck.
Ms. Russell?
Michael Exhibits for the record, Board Exhibit 1, business plan.
Good luck, ladies.
Good luck to you.
Rice, Rice Street Tavern, 225 East Cromwell Street, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. Application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service. Requesting off-premises catering. Please come forward.
Thank you.
Hello again. For the record, Drew Tilden of Rosenberg Martin Greenberg here on behalf of the applicant. I am joined today by Jeffrey Owens, Kevin Keller, and Ryan Haynes, the individual licensee applicants.
Good morning.
Good morning. And with your permission, may I proffer this case?
Please.
Thank you. So as the board knows, this is an application to transfer ownership of the Class BD7 license to the individual licensee applicants for continued use at 225 East Cromwell Street. So the premise is located on the Baltimore Peninsula, formerly known as Port Covington, and the location and license are currently operating as Rice Street Tavern. The restaurant was the first to occupy the space in 2017, and after several hiatuses due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it transitioned from traditional dining room service to a private event space in September 2021. The applicant proposes to operate the premises as Clyde's, which is an American restaurant and bar. The restaurant group currently has 6 other locations spread across Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, and Maryland, and they were actually one of the first D.C. restaurants to offer locally raised and sustainable foods. The various menus feature local and farm-grown produce, burgers made using hormone-free farm-raised beef, and antibiotic and hormone-free chicken.
Were they in Columbia?
Yes. So this location is going to include approximately 250 indoor seats, and then also there will be 250 outdoor seats. The indoor seating is going to be spread across 2 floors, and then the outdoor seating will be on a patio, and that patio is going to include a dining area, lounge seating, and also a covered bar. They also will occasionally have DJs and live bands outdoors and on the 2nd floor, but this will be for private parties and special events. The applicant proposes to open its doors at 11 a.m. Monday through Friday and then 10 a.m. on Sundays. Their closing time is going to be informed by demand, but the restaurant will operate in accordance with the code's BD7 hours of operation. To ensure safe and responsible alcohol service, all managers, bartenders, and servers are going to be required to take a Safe Serve alcohol awareness class within 7 days of onboarding, and then staff will not be permitted to work solo until the course has been completed. Security measures are going to include a camera surveillance system, and private security contractors will also be engaged as necessary. Mr. Owens has served as CFO of Clyde's Restaurant Group since 2021, and he is currently a licensee for the Chevy Chase and Tower Oaks Clyde's locations. He was also previously a licensee of the Columbia license from July 2018 through July 2020. Mr. Keller has been with the group since 2017, serving as the Area Director of Operations until March 2023, at which point he assumed the role of COO. He is also a licensee for the group's Chevy Chase location. Mr. Haynes is the Baltimore City resident, individual licensee applicant. There will also be a general manager, Mr. Anthony Bronner, and he will be responsible for the restaurant's day-to-day operations. He has been with the restaurant group since October 2017, initially serving as a manager at the Tower Oaks location. Then he moved over to the Reston, Virginia Clyde's to serve as assistant general manager, and then he assumed this role as general manager for the Baltimore Peninsula location last year. And he's overseeing the opening. All 3 individual licensee applicants and Mr. Bronner are familiar with the rules and regulations of this board and agree to abide by them. The license has operated at the premises, as I mentioned, since Rice Street Tavern opened its doors in 2017. And while the Baltimore Peninsula's dining scene is set to explode with Slutty Vegan, Bar Vegan, and new coffee shops, and the new coffee shop, which is going to be operated by Method Co. Nick's Fish House is the only restaurant presently operating in the neighborhood. Clyde's is going to offer a distinct menu and dining experience from Nick's, as well as the other 3 forthcoming businesses. The area's shortage, as I mentioned earlier, of dine-in options establishes a public need for the proposed transfer. It also demonstrates that the transfer will neither negatively impact existing licensees, nor will it result in a commonality of services. The applicant's operation is going to include the surveillance system that I mentioned and the as-needed engagement of a security firm. So the board's approval of the requested transfer will not impact the general health, safety, or welfare of the community. Furthermore, the operation of the license on the premises designed for use as a restaurant from its inception will not impact surrounding traffic conditions, parking, or other matters of convenience for nearby residents or businesses. So, for the reasons discussed, we respectfully request that the board approve the transfer of the license.
Do they have a projected opening? Do they have a projected opening?
May 9th. And can we get your name, sir? I'm Jeff Owens.
Are there a significant number of people living on the peninsula at this point?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. But there are residents being constructed for, okay. Commissioners have questions?
No questions.
So this group owns all of the Clydes? And not, because I know the application says, what, Chevy Chase, Rockville, Columbia, but they're, I guess, the DC ones and Virginia also, okay.
All the same restaurant
But
group.
these are the Maryland licenses that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right,
Anything further?
no.
Okay, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the materials that have been submitted by Ms. Tilden this morning, which will be received in evidence, the proffer of counsel and testimony received, a vote to approve the application to transfer this BG7 beer, wine, and liquor license with continued live entertainment and outdoor table service with off-premises catering. Commissioners?
Yes, based on materials and testimony from the attorney, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service, and also the request for off-premise catering.
Based on the application materials, the proffer made by council, any exhibits entered today, I also vote to approve this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, to transfer the ownership of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with continuation of live entertainment, outdoor table service, and off-premises catering.
Ms. Russell?
Mike Husabin, for the record, Board Exhibit 1, business plan.
Thank you. Good luck, gentlemen.
Good luck to you.
Good luck.
New Foodway, 1501 Broning Highway, Class A beer, wine, and liquor license. Application to transfer ownership and location of a Class A beer, wine, liquor license presently located at 459 Anglicea Street to 1501 Broning Highway. Please come forward.
Good morning, Commissioners. Frank Schullis, representing the applicant. The applicant is transferring a Class A beer, wine, and liquor application into this address. It presently has a BW license. He's been in selling alcohol for quite some time. They did have one violation with a new employee. I think this was within the last year, Mike.
I have a record violations back in 16 and 17. Was there a more recent one?
I don't think I've mixed up the places, but it's a
Okay.
possibility.
Anyway, they have to be, the new applicant has to be very mindful of those.
Yes, it was a new employee who hadn't yet been drinking alcohol, and we took care of that. But it's only an increase by adding liquor. And we'd ask you to approve it. Mr. Patel is behind me. Mr. Patel, he is still the owner. Nothing's changed other than the increase.
Okay. And the location.
Well, the new location license, but the location is already licensed.
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, thank you, Mr. Shawless. On the basis then, the materials contained in the application and the proffer from council, I vote to approve the application to transfer ownership and location of this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license presently located at 459 Anglesey Street to 1501 Broning Highway.
Yes,
Thank you
based-
very much. I'm sorry.
Yes, based on materials and testimony provided today, also from the attorney, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership and location of a Class A beer, wine, and liquor license presently located at 459 Ethel Z Street to 1501 Broning Highway.
Based on the application materials and proffer made by council, I too vote to approve this application transfer ownership and location of this Class A BWL license presently located at 459 Angel C Street to 1501 Bronin Highway.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, thank you. Good luck, gentlemen.
Good luck.
Jeff Cross, Inc., 31 to 33 East Cross Street, Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. Application to transfer ownership and location of a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license presently located at 38 East Cross Street to 31 to 33 East Cross Street, requesting outdoor table service. Please come forward.
My name is Frank Shawless. I represent the applicant, Jeffrey D. Hunter. He also has a resident who is not here today. He had a doctor's appointment. He's my brother, so I know about that.
Wait, so, do I have these confused? Is this,
Oh, I'm sorry.
this is not the one with Mr. Hunter, right?
That's the next one.
Yeah, but they're related, right? The transactions are related.
They are related, and that you don't want to hear them both at the same time.
No, but we're going to get to them. Okay, let's start with this
Okay.
one.
Mr. Hunter, at the location that the BD7 is being transferred into, 38 East Cross Street, has worked in that establishment for more than 5 years as the manager, and he decided to buy it. And he wanted, the person who had the restaurant there, who was next on the agenda, was looking for a larger place. And when that became available, as we'll get into in the next case, he wanted to take his license over there.
Okay, so that we're not confused. I believe we called the case involving Mr. Lozinski and Lonnie Schultz, is that right?
Oh, I'm sorry, the other. Go back, Jeffrey.
We had them in a different
I've
order.
been confused throughout this transaction.
Well, now you've got me confused, so let's see if we can straighten it out. Okay.
If the commissioners, please, Frank Solis representing the applicant for the transfer of the license, a B license from 38 East Cross Street to 31 East Cross Street. I have behind me Mr. Andrew Lozinski. Mr. Lozinski is the owner of the license and the restaurant. We changed corporations from, he sold that corporation on 38 East Cross Street, and the assets to Crosscut Enterprises, Inc. And he purchased the license from Cross Street Management LLC and is requesting that license be BD7.
So they're essentially exchanging
I'm-
licenses, is that correct?
Right, yes.
Okay. Commissioners have any questions?
What about the live entertainment? Is that withdrawn, or you want to keep it, the live entertainment?
I'd like to keep it at 31.
Where is live entertainment? Okay.
Keep it for,
Oh, that's part of the zoning, yes, okay.
I'm good.
All right. Okay, did you have any questions for
No, I'm good, I'm good.
No questions.
All right, thank you. With respect to this application by Jeff Cross, Inc., on the basis of the materials contained in the application and the proffer from council and any testimony received, I vote to approve the application to transfer ownership and location of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license presently located at 38 East Cross Street to 3133 East Cross Street with outdoor table service.
Yes, based on materials and testimony in the letter from the attorney, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership and location of a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license presently located at 38 East Cross Street to 3133 East Cross Street, and also the request for outdoor table service.
Based on application materials and proffer made by council today, I also vote to approve this application to transfer ownership and location of a Class B BWL license presently located at 38 East Cross Street to 3133 East Cross Street, requesting outdoor table service.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate
Don't go
your
anywhere, we've got
patience.
the next one. Okay.
One Star Country Club, 38 East Cross Street, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. Application to transfer ownership and location of a Class BD7 license presently located at 31 to 33 East Cross Street to 38 East Cross Street. Please come forward.
Your Honor, please, Frank Solis, representing the applicant.
And this is the other side of the transaction, is
This
that
is the
correct?
other side of the transaction.
Okay. I mean, as far as these applications go, there was no history of violations on the first one. There was one from 2008 on this one, which is somewhat dated, but I just advise him to be careful about that, okay?
Certainly.
Otherwise, everything remains the same. Commissioners have any questions?
No question.
No questions.
All right. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from counsel, any testimony received, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership and location of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license presently located at 31 to 33 East Cross Street to 38 East Cross Street.
Yes, based on materials and testimony from the attorney, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership and location of a Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license presently located at 3133 East Cross Street to 38 East Cross Street.
Based on the application materials, any proffer made by council, I too vote to approve this application to transfer ownership and location of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license presently located at 31 to 33 East Cross Street to 38 East Cross Street.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits
Thank
for
you
the
very
record.
much.
All right, thank you. Good
I
luck, gentlemen.
appreciate your patience.
Broadway Diner, 6501 Eastern Avenue, Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. Application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Peter Previs on behalf of HTMD LLC, trading as Broadway Diner, and the applicant, Lucas Ranieris, is here with me today. His uncle Pete Coronius, who was the previous licensee on the prior owner, is currently in New York and could not be with us, but he's fully aware of these proceedings and allows us to act on his behalf.
You want a proffer?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, so the Broadway Diner is at Eastern Avenue and I-95 in East Baltimore. It has been there for approximately 20 years. Mr. Ranieris has been there in the operation for 8 years. As I said, the original owner, Pete Coronius, this is his nephew. It's basically a corporate restructuring. Mr. Coronius will continue to own the real estate, and there will be a lease from that entity, or to that entity, and Mr. Ranieris is a 25% owner and will buy out the other 75%, and will be the sole owner of the new entity, HTMD LLC. He has 8 years of experience operating at this location. He understands his obligations as a liquor licensee. The Broadway Diner operates Sunday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to midnight, and then Friday and Saturday, 24 hours. The alcohol is all stored behind the cashier. They only do about 1% sales. The license requires 70%, and they come under what I call the Little Italy exception to the Gary Maslin rule, and that is that licensed establishments must close all operations while they can't sell alcohol. There is an exemption to that law if you are a restaurant with a B license and the alcohol is stored away and not near the patrons, that you can operate past the 2 a.m. closing time. So we would clearly meet that requirement as well.
And for the record, they have no history of violations as far as I can tell, so.
Yeah, alcohol is not a big item for your pancakes at 2 in the morning, apparently.
Good to know. Commissioners have questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Previous, on the basis then of the materials contained in the application as well as your proffer, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on materials and testimony from the attorney, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of a B beer, wine, and liquor license.
Based on the application materials and proffer made by council, I also vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right,
Thank you
Good luck,
very
sir.
much. Take care.
Perry's, excuse me, Perry's Liquors, 2550 Edmondson Avenue, Class A beer, wine, and liquor license. Application to transfer ownership, please come forward.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, JU representing the applicant, Mr. Manrup Sandhu. Sandhu?
Do you want to proffer, Mr. Yu?
Yes, thank you. Mr. Sandhu is applying to get this Class A license transferred. The location is 2550 Edmondson Avenue. Mr. Sandhu has about 2 years' experience working at a liquor store, getting ready to buy his own. This location, I believe, has a violation from 2008.
That's correct.
And since then, the location has not had any violations. Mr. Sandhu, sorry, has obtained a certification for the training.
Thank you,
for
Mr.
awareness
It will be received.
to get ready for this business. And he is also fully aware of the rules and regulations. And he has extensively studied the rules to make sure, and he fully understands that he cannot purchase any alcoholic beverages from anywhere but the wholesalers, and that he has to have a ID checking procedure. And then to make sure that if he hires any employees, he must make sure that all his employees are also certified.
If you have questions about the operation of the place, call us, and we'll help you, okay?
Perfect, sounds great.
Commissioners have questions?
No question. No question.
All right, thank you, Mr. Yu. On the basis that the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of a Class A beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yeah, based on the materials and testimony provided today, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of an A beer, wine, and liquor license.
Based on the application materials and the proffer made by council, I also vote to approve this application to transfer this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license.
Ms. Russell?
That calls it for the record, Board Exhibit 1, alcohol awareness certification.
Thank you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Fox Liquor, 1301 to 03 North Fulton Avenue, Class A beer, wine, and liquor license. Application to transfer ownership, please come forward.
Morning, Commissioners. Morning. Bruce Kurlander on behalf of the applicants. I have Brian Knight to the right and Daniel Tedeschi to the left. Mr. Tedeschi will be, this is for a transfer of a Class A beer, wine, and liquor license located at 1301 to 1305 North Fulton Avenue in Baltimore. And if I may proffer, Mr. Tedeschi will be the person operating the liquor store. And he'll be working there approximately 7 to 8 hours a day. Mr. Tedeschi currently lives in Alexandria, Virginia, but he's been there for the last 90 days learning how the business operates and meeting the employees and customers. And he plans to move to the Baltimore area once the sale actually takes place. Mr. Tedeschi has an alcohol awareness certificate, which is not in the record, but
If you would like, we'll make it part of the record.
we can make it part of the record now.
That'll be received.
And he will also make sure that the other employees, there are currently 3 other employees, and he continues to plan to have 3 employees, that they will also have alcohol awareness certificates.
I don't know if those employees have been there very long, but this place does have somewhat troubled past. It's had violations in 08, 14, and as recently as 2022.
Okay.
So they need to be very vigilant, and they have to double down on those employees.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is going to be a new management, and it'll be, from what I'm hearing, it'll be better management because Mr. Tedeschi takes this very seriously. He knows the rules, and he will enforce the rules and make sure that his employees also enforce the rules. He does have another company. He has a trucking company, and he works at his dispatcher at his trucking company, but that only takes about an hour a day, and so he will be able to devote basically full-time to the liquor store. And he is very interested in working with the community. In fact, he's made a donation to the local church. So he has an interest in making sure that this is successful and that he works with the community and that he complies with the laws. I also have with me Mr. Knight, who has been a Baltimore City resident and is a resident agent on this license. He's lived here basically his entire life, and he's a businessman who works just around the corner at 218 East Lexington Street. He's previously been on a alcoholic beverage license, and he is aware of his responsibilities as a licensee.
Okay. I hope you're right about Mr. Ted's other business, because being an absentee owner is not a good
No, he
formula.
will be there. In fact, even though he's in Alexandria now, he has been there just about every day that the liquor store has been open for the last 3 months, and he is going to move here, so.
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
Yeah, I just got a statement that piggyback on the chair, that the history of violations is mostly serving minors.
Okay. Mr. Tedeschi understands that he is not to make sure that no one under 21 will be able to purchase alcohol. And in fact, if they look anywhere close to 21, if say anyone who looks under 40 will not be able to purchase alcohol.
Or just card everybody.
Pardon?
Or just card people.
Oh,
to make
yeah, he
sure.
will, sure. The card, I'm sorry. What I meant to say was if they're look under 40, he will card them. I apologize.
Okay. Anything further, Commissioner?
Not good.
No.
All right, on the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, and with the admonitions that you've just heard, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on material and testimony provided today, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of an A beer, wine, and liquor license.
Based on the application and the proffer made by council, I too vote to approve this application, transfer ownership of this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license.
Ms. Russell?
Thank-
Mike Costas for the record, Board Exhibit 1, alcohol awareness certification.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Good luck.
Commissioners.
Thank you.
Dukem Restaurant, 1100 Maryland Avenue, Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. Application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Good morning, Mr. Commissioners. For the record, Gary Mazel on behalf of Z-Mom Inc., trading as Dukem Restaurant.
Morning.
If I could be permitted to proffer.
Please.
This is an application to transfer a license to Z-Mom Inc. from the current owners of it, Bangladesh LLC. This is an Ethiopian restaurant at the corner of, it's 1100 Maryland Avenue. My client is a relative of the family. He's a nephew of one of the owners. He's worked in the business for many, many years. He's been exclusively operating this business for well over a year himself. The family operates in other restaurants in the Washington, D.C. area. But this ownership of this particular restaurant is being transferred to this gentleman here. The other gentleman also works and helps him out in the restaurant on a casual basis. He's a qualifying city applicant. My client is in the process of relocating his home to the Baltimore City area. And after that's accomplished, the other licensee will be removed and he'd be the sole applicant. He is there from open to close every day. I don't believe they've ever had any problems. It's
They have a clean record.
It's primarily a restaurant business. There's not a tremendous amount. They have a bar set up, but it's not a hangout. I don't believe there's any packaged goods sold or anything like that. So it's a very clean, very nice operation. My only objection is that you have to eat with your fingers. They don't give you knives and forks. I found it when I started representing them 20 years ago. I went in and they give you this spongy bread and all the little things are on there. It's an interesting dining experience, but the food's very good.
Commissioners have any questions?
No question.
No question.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mazel.
All
On
right,
the
thank
basis
you.
of the materials contained in the application and the proffer from council, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on materials and testimony provided today, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of a B beer, wine, and liquor license.
Based on the application materials and the proffer made by council, also vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
All right,
Ms.
thank you,
Russell?
gentlemen.
Yeah,
No
good luck.
exhibits for the record.
Take care.
All right, thank you. Good luck, gentlemen.
Palance Roddy Shop and Bar LLC, 2031 East Fairmount Avenue, Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. Amended application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Abraham Hurdle on behalf of Palance Roadie Shop and Bar LLC. This is an amended application that was previously approved at the board. We filed a change to add another licensee, and we've also had some time and some difficulties with building it out. Right now, the good news is, it looks like they'll be open probably by the end of the month if all things go the way we'd like, including approval today. I'm not sure I have much more to add. I personally
So
cannot recall.
Who are
if the-
you adding to the license?
I believe it's Mr. Robertson.
And who's coming off?
No one is
So the other two, Stefan and Smith, were on,
previously approved.
previously approved?
That's
And is Mr. Robertson, is he going to be the resident?
Mr. Smith is the resident.
Okay, so Mr. Robinson is one of the partial owners of the LLC.
Absolutely, and he'll work as a manager at the location on occasion. One thing I can't recall is if we had put an MOU on the license previously. What I would say on the record is that if we did last time, we would of course abide by whatever previous contingencies or requirements. I will look that up in the next couple days and get that information over to Ms. Russell and verify it.
Okay. Commissioners have any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis then of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, and the stipulation that if there is a memorandum of understanding with the community association in place, it will remain in place and be part of the license. I vote to approve this amended application, transfer ownership of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on material testimony, the letter from the attorney, a vote to approve the amended application to transfer ownership.
Based on the application materials, proffer made by council today, I also vote to approve this amended application transfer, this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Good luck.
K&K Group, Number 2, LLC, 1203 West Mount Royal Avenue, Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. Application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service. Requesting off-premises catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning, Mr. Fogel.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
This will be a pretty easy one. We'll go ahead and proffer.
Do you want to identify yourself for the record?
Thank you very much. Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of the applicant, Bakash Thapa. Mr. Thapa has been operating and is a licensee for Everest Spice Bar and Grill at 1640 Alisana Street on the Broadway Market, serving delicious Indian and Nepalese cuisine. This project is the former Nuna's Coffee Shop. I think it's going to keep the same name. Was owned by Mr. Philip Hahn, and Mr. Thapa is already operating there under a management agreement pending this transfer hearing. Really, nothing's going to change there. Mr. Thapa is already alcohol management certified, both in connection with Everest Spice and with his licensee status on Broadway Discount Liquors in the past and working at Howard Discount Liquors. So he's very familiar with the rules and regulations. The Baltimore City Liquor Board understands the gravity and the need to be compliant with all rules and regs therein.
I don't see any violations on the record, so I think he's been good.
He has been.
Commissioners have questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fogelman. On the basis of the materials contained in the application and the proffer from council, vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license with continued live entertainment, outdoor table service, off-premises catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Yes, based on materials and testimony provided today, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service, and also the request for off-premise catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Based on the application materials and proffer made by council, also vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license with continuation of live entertainment, outdoor table service, off-premises catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
El Pueblito Restaurant and Bar, 3311 Annapolis Road, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. Application to transfer ownership requesting live entertainment and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
For the record, Melvin J. Kanensky, 320 North Charles Street, representing the applicants in the case who were both, come on, step up there, don't be afraid. This is a transfer of an existing location. Actually, Mr. Ramirez Rivera has been there probably for about a year operating the place. As they had taken over back then, they have had no problems in the place. Ms. Diaz is the city resident. They have a full menu there. The live entertainment they have is generally on the weekends with a small group and maybe a DJ and so forth. For some people, maybe do some dancing. I know my dancing days are over, I think, at this point.
Not what I hear.
One leg at a time, I do it, though. I do the Maslin Shuffle sometimes. They are familiar with the rules and regulations of the liquor board. If the people who are going to be serving alcohol will be alcohol certified, and the hours of operation are the same as they have always been. Most of the entertainment is on the weekend. They're going to ask for the delivery of alcoholic beverages. A view of the record indicates that I don't think they've had any problems there since, it looks like 2006 I saw they had something.
2006, 2009, but that's a while, and I guess he wasn't there then. But.
Oh, no. They look, they were de minimis too on the thing.
Okay, commissioners have questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kadensky. On the basis then of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, I vote to approve this application to transfer this Class BG7 beer, wine, and liquor license with live entertainment and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Yes, based on materials and testimony provided today, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of the BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, and also the request for live entertainment and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Based on the application materials and proffer made by council, I also vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with live entertainment and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, good luck, sir.
Good luck.
Joe's Tavern, 1006 through 1008 Dundalk Avenue. Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Council?
Good morning, Your Honor, members of the board. David F. Mr. Winter and Bartlett LLC representing the applicant, Mr. Singh. I believe that there's a representative of the nearby Community Association here.
All of you raise your right hands in case you were going to speak. Okay.
You swear affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and the statements that you make will be truthful, truth, and nothing but the truth.
Your Honor.
Let me just say for the record, I know the Community Association had asked to continue this, to have an opportunity to meet, and you indicated to us that there was some time pressure. So I wanted to bring everybody here today and see if we could work things out.
Right. Thank you, Your Honor. And we spoke with Ms. Edie briefly in the hall, and our position is that we're absolutely willing to meet with her and our entire board of directors at their mutual convenience and talk about any concerns they may have, get to know each other, et cetera. We're not prepared to enter into any kind of MOU because I don't know what kind of terms they may want, and I'm not sure there's any history here that would dictate that. I understand that there is not an MOU with the current operators, the sellers. There is some time constraints, as you can understand, under contracts when we're supposed to complete these things by, and the owners are anxious to get out. I would proffer to the board that this is a license that's been there for more than 50 years. I think originally owned by the late Senator Joseph Stazak at that location. It's about a 3,500 square foot building, 30 to 40 parking spaces. They expect to have 4+ employees, full and part-time. The licensee will become alcohol awareness certified, as will at least one of the full-time bartenders. And I encourage all my clients to have all servers, if possible, certified within a reasonable period of time of employment. There will be no live entertainment. As I understand, there's none currently. Addressing perhaps some of what Ms. Edie's concerns may be, this is not a place that I've been able to determine has any history of problems. There's not any problems there with regard to security, et cetera. But we'll try and make sure that we can reassure the community that we'll be good citizens and good partners. My clients are investing $925,000 in this business, so obviously they want it to be successful, and they want to have a good relationship with the community, with whom I think they hope to continue to draw patrons, as we do now. They're going to be adding food service, which I think is not currently there. That's something they have an ambition to do, and they'll be working on that. Their hours of operation, standard hours will be 9 a.m. to 2 a.m., Monday through Sunday. They are familiar with the board's rules and regulations and will certainly abide by them. Most importantly, there won't be any sales to anybody under 21 years of age, and anyone who appears to be under 40 years of age will be carded. There won't be any sales to anyone who's visibly under the influence of alcohol. As I said, we will meet with the community leaders, not only to introduce themselves, but if they desire it, on a regular basis, some sort of rotating basis, as is convenient to both. My clients have been working with the seller for the last 60-plus days to learn the business, and there haven't been any problems in that intervening time. They've become familiar with the clientele and with their business operations. They expect to perpetuate the existing business plan there, other than, as I said, to augment it with food service, which we hope to do. And of course, we'll have all the appropriate food facility and food handling licenses. I hope that the board will grant this transfer. It's not a problematic location. Mr. Kadensky, who represents, I think he's still here somewhere. He was here. He represents the seller, and if there's any questions about the history of that, but I understand, and looking at the board's record, it has not been a problem spot. And we commit, again,
Let me
to
just
meeting
ask,
with the community.
Ms. Edie, would you come forward, please? Because we need to record. So which organization do you represent?
Grayson Park Improvement Association.
And can she state her name and spell?
My name is Edie, E-D-I-E. Last name is Schuman, S-C-H-U, M as in Mary, A, N as in Nancy.
I apologize, I was calling you Miss Edie, it should be Miss Schumer. I apologize.
So it sounds like that you all are going to sit down together and try to work out any problems?
Well, I had typed the letter I wanted to kind of submit into the record here.
Okay. Have you
And,
seen this?
I have, no, we had literally just met, like, a few minutes ago before the meeting, and I don't know if I brought two, does anybody else?
I'll give her my card, Mr. Chairman, and she can
So,
send a copy to me at her convenience.
So, thank you. Okay, so I'm just gonna just paraphrase. I'm not gonna read it word for word here again. As an introduction, my name is Edie Schuman. I'm president of the Grayson Park Association. We're a city neighborhood in the southeast part of the city, so Joe's Tavern sits right on the edge of our boundaries. For this reason, we're interested in the transfer. I'm here to personally request that a MOU with Grayson Park be entered in as part of the license file. I want to take a minute and elaborate on the background why I'm here today, although I understand the notice was put on the property the transfer notice was put on at due time. I'm not a patron of the bar. I wasn't aware of it until Monday morning. A community member came and said something to me about it. In
That's why
attempting
you don't
to.
want it to become the president of your community association.
Well, yeah, somebody had come and said something to me about it. Did I know about it? I didn't know about it. I looked on the site. I saw that it was on Thursday, and I understand to respond to this, you have to do it sort of like 2 or 3 days ahead of time. So I immediately, because I didn't know.
That's fine.
So we asked for the postponement, and obviously was denied. Kind of down here. But in the denial email that I had received, I understood there may have been an opportunity to have an MOU placed on the record, and this is why I was here today to pursue that opportunity. And just other background, I tried to reach out to Mr. Singh Monday night. The phone number that was listed on the application was incorrect. I also had reached out to Mr.'s office Tuesday, left a message. To this day, have not received a return, because I wanted to reach out to him. I did not get any return call back from
He's
him.
notoriously elusive.
Oh, it seems like a lot of it. And I had no emails at the time when either one of them to reach out to them.
I understand.
So I could not, and quite frankly, I would have even appreciated, and I know they're not required by law, but to reach out to the community. But it'd really been nice if, they are telling me that they're community-oriented people. Would have been nice to hear from them when they put the transfer in and said, hey, we want to do a transfer. He doesn't have any track record in the community. I'm not sure what the background in alcohol training is on Mr. Singh. We haven't got that far yet, but we didn't know who he is, and, and just no responses at the beginning, bad phone numbers, and based upon also the conversation that we had out in the lobby, as a community member, I'm not, even though people can say they can come to a community meeting, I'm not feeling a sense of cooperation.
You're going to get a cooperation, don't worry.
And
That's
then,
one of the reasons we brought everybody here. If
right.
you weren't
And,
communicating,
and
we wanted you to-
we look for establishments to work with community. I mean, we want them to be community partners. We are trying to keep our neighborhood, which is predominantly owner occupied. We're trying to keep it nice and safe and try to deal with criminal issues. So again, what did I say here? So I just wanted to, why we thought it was important to have, just a brief sentence on, why we thought it was important to have, so we want him to understand the needs of the neighborhood. He doesn't live in the area. Like I said, I don't know too much about Mr. Singh. He doesn't live in the area, I don't believe. I'm not sure what he knows about the area, clearly doesn't know there's, either knows or whatever, about the Graceland Park community. So, before somebody unfamiliar comes in, we just kind of wanted to have I'm not saying that they've done anything wrong, but we just kind of wanted to have some general understandings as to, when they're going to operate. We want to make sure they understand in writing to us that they're responsible for cleaning up their trash. I don't know about the security guard situation, the loitering in the park. We want to make sure that there's some written understandings with the community. So that's before, as he's a new transfer applicant, before we have problems, and then we got to start calling you guys to come out and make phone calls. And at that point in time, we don't have any agreements with the owners. So that's why we felt that it was important. Yeah, and as he's mentioned, we've had a quiet history with Joe's. We'd like to keep it that way. And I want to note, too, that Joe's is located across the street from another problem establishment that we have. And the fact that they're right across the street from each other, we just don't want we want to make sure that there's nothing that's going to happen at the new established to feed off of the establishment that we're having issues with, and vice versa. So we just kind of felt like, or I feel as a community, it'd be good for us from the get-go to have some general written agreements. And then and the fact that they're unwilling to enter into an agreement with us.
Well, he can't do it until he sees what it is.
Right, well, but I don't have.
Lawyers don't sign things until
Right,
they
well,
see
I
it.
understand, and I totally understand that, but like I said, based upon the email that I got, I understood there would have been an opportunity to add one. I mean, I wasn't be able to come up with one between yesterday and today.
But why don't, first of all, if we grant his application, it's going to be on the condition that they agree to continue to meet, and I'll have Mr. Alkheimer facilitate that to make sure that it does go forward, so that we're guaranteed that we hear that. And to the extent that you're going to reach agreement on anything, you can put it in writing, and the MOU will then become part of the license. Agreed?
If we enter into one, Your Honor.
Yeah. And I don't see why, I mean, you may have some areas of disagreement, but there got to be some things you can agree on.
Well, we got to meet and talk, and it just wasn't been any time, so you're saying that if we don't have the MOU, that if we find there are some points, we would have a right at a future time to
Well, if they
enter?
violate our rules and regulations, you can always bring them here. Once you get an MOU, if they violate that, you could bring them here.
Well, if I don't have an MOU today, then
I know you don't, but did you hear what I said? You're going to get one.
Huh?
You're going to get one.
Oh, okay, all right,
I mean,
that's fine.
at least on some points, if there are points you can't agree on, it won't go in, but.
Right, that's exactly what I said, I wanted to have some mutually good, but I have to understand exactly where they're coming from.
Well, you need to give them an outline of the issues that you have and that sort of thing.
Your Honor, if
Great, thank
I
you.
might observe, I know MOUs are common here, not many other jurisdictions, and I practice statewide. I think the community is not very familiar with how the regulatory scheme works, because I've been doing this stuff regularly for almost 40 years in the alcoholic beverages licensing mode. Liquor boards are not the least bit hesitant to bring licensees in for violations of their rules and regulations. Anytime you get a police report, any kind of particular crime, trash issue, all of that. I understand. And I think that the community should understand that the MOU is not going to be any more effective
But it makes them
than what
feel
the
good.
law allows for.
If you're not doing anything beyond the law anyway, you might as well agree to it, right?
Well, the only thing I'll say is, as Your Honor pointed out, we obviously have to know what it is. And see whether it's
I
something
understand.
agreeable.
And Mr. Alkheimer will help everybody with that.
Okay. I'm sure he will.
He's excellent.
He's already working with some of my clients on other matters.
Okay. Anything further from anybody?
We submit on that.
Commissioners? No.
No
All right.
questions.
I'm not going to repeat what I said, but everyone heard me. Okay, so on the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, the testimony received, the letter received from Ms. Schulman of the Graceland Park Association, and the conditions that I'm imposing, which is that the parties will meet. It will be facilitated by our office, that you will attempt to reach an agreement and put it in writing, at least the things that you can agree upon, and that will be made a part of the license. On the basis of all that, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this BG7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on the materials and testimony provided today, it communicates with both parties. I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of a BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Based on the application materials, proffer made by council, testimony given today in the exhibit, the letter that was entered today. I also vote to approve this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
The transfer.
Transfer it.
Yeah. Ms. Russell?
Like exhibits for the record, Board Exhibit 1, letter from Graceland Park Community Association.
All right, thank you, folks, and good luck, you all.
Flock Restaurant Group LLC, 1415 Washington Boulevard, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. Amended application to transfer ownership, requesting off-premises catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
I'm sorry, which case did you call? Which street?
1415 Washington Boulevard.
Yeah, I've got mine out of order, so I have to look that up. I got it, okay.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Peter Previs on behalf of the applicants, Alexander Aaron, his father Benjamin Aaron, and also with them is their chef, operator, Mark Walker.
Morning, gentlemen. So this is an amended application, Mr. Previs.
It
Where are
is,
we on?
Mr. Chairman. What happened is we had a 90-day extension. There was extensive repairs or not repairs, but initial work for the second floor and approvals for that. So we just ran out of time. So we are amending this application, and we're using this opportunity to break out the landlord entity from the tenant entity. So the new entity is Flock Restaurant Group LLC, owned by the same people. We have everything done, and I have like 2 things to drop off to the liquor board and a $200 transfer check, and we are ready to pick up the license today.
Has anything changed since the last time you were
Nothing's
before the board?
changed. It's even better.
And did we approve it previously?
We've approved, and we have total community support.
Okay, and as far as the applicant goes, you've eliminated someone from the LLC or what? What, you said that you...
We just created a new entity.
Oh, okay.
That'll be the operator. The prior entity is still in existence and owns the building. Previously, it owned the building and the business.
Okay, I understand. All right, Commissioners, have any questions?
No questions.
And this restaurant's open now, right? You just had your grand opening? Okay, no questions.
All right, thank you. Now, on the basis of the materials contained in the amended application, the proffer from council, and any testimony received, I vote to approve this amended application to transfer ownership of this BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with off-premises catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Yes, based on material and testimony in the letter from the attorney, I also vote to approve the amended application to transfer ownership of a BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, and also the request for off-premise catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Based on application materials, proffer made by council, also vote to approve this amended application to transfer ownership of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with off-premises catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Robbie's Nest, 2250 East North Avenue, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. Amended application to transfer ownership from a secured creditor requesting the delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
Confused again.
Abraham Hurdle on behalf of, is it NMP? NMP North LLC. This is an amended application. We previously had a hearing about 3 months ago. Something came up with the city resident licensee, and the board had asked me to change resident licensees prior to opening. We followed that change as quickly as possible. We're back here to get approved.
And that's the only change?
That's the only change.
Okay, and who's the new resident?
I have it as Mr. Graham.
Okay. Okay, Commissioners have any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis then of the materials contained in the amended application and the proffer from council, I vote to approve this amended application to transfer ownership of this BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license from a secured creditor and with the delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Yes, based on materials, testimony, and the letter from the attorney, I also vote to approve the amended application to transfer ownership from a secured creditor of Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, and also the request for delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Based on the application materials and proffer made by council, I also vote to approve this amended application to transfer ownership of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license from a secured creditor with delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right,
Thank you, Commissioners.
Waltz Inn, 3201 O'Donnell Street, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. Application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment. Please come forward.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are here to request the transfer. Waltz Inn is a beloved.
Excuse me, before you go,
Oh, sorry.
your name, please?
My name is Ron Legler,
Okay,
Legler.
and you're one of the applicants, right?
That's correct.
Would you and the others raise your right hands, please? I need to swear you to take your testimony.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers that you give and the statements that you make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Okay, so Mr. Legler, you can represent to us. Tell us what's going on.
So Wilhelmina and her son and her husband were exemplary operators and owners of Waltz Inn for years, and she wants to retire out of that.
Understandable.
And my partner and I, Andrew Springer, would like to purchase that from her. We are residents of Canton, part of the Canton Community Association already. I'm also the president of the France Merrick Performing Arts Center at the Hippodrome. So I already have one institution under my belt, and I'd love to make sure that the Waltz Inn stays Waltz Inn. It's one of the only corner dive karaoke bars around. It's been around a very long time, and we want to continue that tradition.
Who's going to run it?
It's being run right now by the two managers that have been there for over 25 years. Both of them are alcohol certified responsible vendors, and it's going to kind of stay exactly what you expect Waltz to be.
Okay. Commissioners have any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application and the proffer from Mr. Legler, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with continued live entertainment.
Yes, based on materials and testimony, I vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of the Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with the continuation of live entertainment.
Based on application materials and testimony given, I also vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with continuation of live entertainment.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, good luck and enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
200 South Haven LLC, 200 South Haven Street, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license, application to transfer ownership, requesting delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
Abraham Hurdle, on behalf of 200 South Haven Street. My client informed me last night that she had tested positive for COVID, and I'm not going to speak for the board, but I told her definitely not to come today. Now, whether that means a postponement or not, that's not up to me. We did get an MOU signed. I think it was signed Tuesday evening with the Highland Town Community Association. Further, I am aware that this location has had a not insignificant number of concerns in the past.
It has.
I addressed that with my client when she went into the purchasing process some months ago, letting her know that her being on premises, which she is today, she's under a management agreement from the seller. She is currently operating. She's doing everything she can. She went in there. The kitchen is fully operational. They're doing just very good work at this time. I'm passing a copy of that Highland Town Community Association MOU. The community group did express some concerns regarding security, which my client has. She's putting in new cameras, increasing lighting. She informed me that she has had some interactions with the police where there was a crime somewhat nearby. They were able to pull the footage from the existing cameras, which she's improving to, I guess, make it 4K high def, surround sound cameras or something along those lines. She is going to be a part of the City Watch program as well. She's looking forward to getting this approved, and again, I do apologize for her lack of presence today.
It's okay. And she's willing to have the terms of the MOU be part of her license?
Absolutely.
Okay. Commissioners have any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hurdle. On the basis then of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, and the memorandum of understanding between the applicant and the Highland Town Community Association, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license with delivery of alcoholic beverages. The license to be subject to the terms of the MOU to the extent they're enforceable by law.
Yes, based on the materials and testimony from the attorney, along with the MOU, I vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of the B beer, wine, and liquor license, and also the request for delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Based on application materials, the proffer made by council, exhibits entered today. I also vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license with delivery of alcoholic beverages, subject to the terms of the MOU as enforceable by law.
Ms. Russell?
I'd like to call exhibits for the record, Board Exhibit 1, MOU between Highlandtown Community Association and applicant.
Thank you. Thank you.
If I could make one comment to the board.
Yes.
I had the privilege of sitting in on a liquor inspection, a routine inspection the other day, and it was the first time I've actually done that in my many years of doing this. And I was pleasantly surprised to know that it wasn't just a checklist. The person took time to understand how the business operates, how the bartenders operate, just kind of really get a feel for operations as opposed to making sure that licenses are on the wall and things of that nature. It was good to see.
We appreciate it because we think our staff is excellent, and we're really glad to hear that everyone else appreciates them more.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Ms.
Mr. Chair,
Wurzburger, that's it?
members of the board, there being no further business before this board, the board is in recess until Thursday, February 22nd, 2024, at 10:30 a.m. We are adjourned.
Thank you, everyone. Stay well.